Okay, all right. Welcome back. So my name's Kirkland. I've been trading for like 2 years. Crazy enough, in July of this year, it'll be 2 years exactly. I think it's July, either 15th or the 22nd. It'll be 2 years. Um, Pretty much all 2 of those years, I just spent trading forex, and until like last year, maybe like September. Actually, no, August is when I started trading futures for the first time. Started 2 accounts. Um, Slightly grew them. I got 2 accounts to pass the eval, and then I ended up blowing those later, so I don't have those accounts. That was an experience, and so recently I just started trading it again, and this time I'm trading it a lot different than I was almost last year. Basically, like it's been like 10 months, but I'm trading it a lot differently with a way better mindset. Same strategy, it's like just different emotions. So I guess I'm like a different person. I don't know. A different trader, I guess. But this is just going to sum it up. So the past 2 days, because my last video was 2 days ago. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys. So I'm going to move myself. I'm going to place myself like right here. Okay. So last time I made a video, I think was on this day, the 27th. So we're going to cover the 28th and today. This really was last night. It's funny. So like the 28th and the 29th, these 2 days, these were all like late at night. So it kind of like it says 7 trades, but really it was like 4. Because you can see like here the dates of when I entered them, and all of them are late. By the way, like that's funny. I was looking at this before I started recording, and literally all of my entries are like later in the afternoon. Like only a couple was like 10 a.m. and there was another one probably like I don't know, like the beginning of this count. I traded one at like, okay, yeah, you can see 7:30 a.m. Excuse me, 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m. Sorry, I'm trying to get my mic situated. There you go. But for the most part, I just trade in the PM. Like after, I don't even know what the fuck the session is. I don't even trade. I don't even know what the hell sessions I trade, to be honest. If a trade sets up, I just take the trade. That's it. But most of them, you can see like my pattern is like I trade in the afternoon, like after when TopStep opens up again, or I guess the markets open up again at 5 p.m. and then on, because I get off work and so it's just easier. But there's just happened to be some good setups that I take, and I guess it's like paying off. So these are just 2 trades. Lately, I have just been rinsing out gold. Gold, gold is very fun to trade. I didn't realize this until maybe like a month ago, like a month and a half ago, when I was trading, especially on my $200 account, which I'm not doing anymore. I found some pretty good trades on gold, and the same for US 30. So I've just been taking trades on gold. NASDAQ has been taking a minute to set up, so I haven't taken any trades on those. But basically, I'm just going to cover 2 trades. And 2 great trades that have a lot of lesson in it that I have been like reminding myself. And so it's fun to be able to like record this and then document it, because these are lessons that I've been like, you know what, I've been working on this thing. And because I have gotten good at that thing, or this characteristic, I'd call it. It's funny because it's not even a technical thing that I'm doing. It's just all a like everything that just goes on is just going to be like a psychological thing that I'm like, should I do this or should I not? And it's my decision making, and it's pretty much like my emotions. I don't know. I feel more mature emotionally as a trader, because literally all the game of trading is like 98% like emotion and psychology, and it doesn't even matter what the hell you do. You could buy every time it turns 10 o'clock one day. You can look when it turns 10 o'clock, you're like, I'm going to enter buys at 10 a.m. every single day. And somebody could probably get profitable off of that. Like that doesn't even matter. What matters is the emotional. So I'll stop talking, or I'm going to continue talking, but we're done with that topic. So anyways, it's 2 trades I'm going to show you. So you can still see where the short position tool and a long position is. These are the trades. So firstly, what did I look for? So I do this. I'm gonna start from the beginning as if I'm looking at this chart naked, like as if like I am looking at this as if I'm waiting for something to set up. So I've talked about this in the previous video. This zone here. I don't even know if I covered this one in. Did I cover this in the? Yes, I did, because I bought here, but this was a past video. I bought in this little area right here, and I bought. But that is past now. So from that, price went further. So first off, I for some reason thought that this was a zone on gold, and you can look at that and maybe you agree or disagree. You can look at that and see, like, would you even count this as a zone? To me, I just think that that's a daily, somewhat of a daily support zone. It's not the cleanest, because you can see we have like this here, like that's not that clean of a move. But I just looked at this part, like this pot, this part right here, how it just bounced greatly from there. I was thinking of a word. So yeah, so price in the past has bounced here. All right, it bounced here. It came really low, left this big ugly wick, and it had this bleed through of this zone. So it's kind of hard to call this like a really good zone. But again, zones are not going to be like the specific areas where price is going to bounce. It's just a general area, and you kind of just guess. Honestly, this shit is just guessing. No strategy is going to help you like predict anything. So I just, for some reason, thought that this was a zone. I said that super fast. So I thought that that was a zone, and it bounced, and it like, I don't know what the heck you would call it there, and it came down, and it touched the same area. That's like all I'm looking at. How many times does it touch a certain area and have a big move from there? So, I mean, it touched once, it touched twice. So this is where it gets interesting. Jesus, Kirk, slow the hell down. I'm sorry, this shit just gets me super excited to talk about, because there's just so much. I'm passionate about this shit. So basically, I was expecting that price was going to bounce. Okay, so it's like doing all this and all that. Blah. It gets down here, right? So I'm like, okay, a good buy position is coming. I'm looking at this on the 4 hour. So I go lower, and I'm looking, and I'm like, this right here is kind of interesting, because you can see, again, zones aren't perfect, but I thought that right here, like, you see how it like bounced, and that's the trade that I took. I had a nice little buy, took my profits, and it came down, and it broke like a little below this zone right here. And then it comes back up, and this looks like a break and retest, right? Like after I just said, like, I think a good buy, right? Like I think that this is support, and I think a good buy opportunity is going to come. But then I switched to the lower time frame, the 1 hour, 30 minute, and my story kind of changed. And I was like, this looks like a good, like, it bounced here, broke through, it's coming back to test this. Maybe it goes down from here. Maybe it finds resistance. And because of this little wick right here, right, like a real strong wick, just came right back up. But then it ended up breaking through again. So I'm like, oh, okay, this might be, I don't know, might be a good break and retest. So I entered. My nose was itching. And I'll show you where, the specific of where I entered this trade. And I kept closing this trade early. I don't remember which price or which one it was. But I entered a short. It must have been this one. But I didn't profit from this. What if it was, I think it was this actually. I think it was this right here on the 28th at 7 a.m. Yes, it was. I entered at 44.30 no, that's my exit, excuse me. I entered at 44.15.2. 44.15.2. So we're going to go back and we're going to look. 44.15.2. So that's literally like probably right. That's like right here on like this candle, right? So I entered here. I put my stop above, target below. I always target 1-to-1s. For the most part, honestly, I actually think I put my stop loss a little lower. One thing for sure is I risk $400. So every stop loss that I set is $400. And I intend to close them about halfway to the stop loss if it starts going against me. So I entered, and then this shit happened. So I quickly got out of this trade, and I ended up losing like 300. It got really close to like my main my stop loss. I said main TP, my stop loss. I didn't really stop that one at like halfway. As you can see, I lost like $312. But as soon as this started popping off, I was like, okay, it got like up here, and I was like, not a good sell. And so this is an important part that I have done this many times in Forex. Futures, for some reason, maybe it's because I know that I haven't been trading it as long as I have for Forex, but in my brain, I'm like 80% on the side, like it's okay to switch your bias, unless you know that you're just like there's a difference between changing your bias and just chasing price, like methodically and thinking about it and planning it out. So I closed this early at a $312 loss. I was going to call it wraps for the day, but I was like, dude, I thought that this was going to be a support zone anyway. So you can see, like, I just said that there's a support zone here. And then as soon as I went down to the lower time frame, I'm like, oh, but this could be like a break and retest. Like, you see how that's just like how subjective that is, or like just how like made up that is? Like, just by switching the time frame, your bias can change. And then based off like a random area that you draw a zone at. I went from like this is support to like now it's a good opportunity to sell. It's like that. I don't know. That's interesting to me because it's like that just lets you know how I don't know, like personal and subjective trading is. It's very weird. But anyways, I closed this, and so I stuck to my original bias. I was like, I should have just bought. And I didn't do this emotionally. I'm like, oh gosh, I had a losing trade. I'm just gonna go ahead and buy because it's going up. Which I've done that many times before. That's how I've blown other TopStep accounts. That's how I've even lost a lot of money trading Forex. If you've watched like the other videos of me trading $200, my $200 account, that is the same thing that I've fallen into like a month ago, trading the Dow, right? Like, but this is not, it's not the same because I emotionally like checked myself, right? It's like, I don't know. I don't even know how to how to explain it. I just emotionally checked myself. I was like, I'm not doing that again. What I did on that $200 account of like constantly switching my bias. Maybe I got lucky and this just kept going up. It just continued going up. And then what if it like just kept consolidating after I bought here, right? So like I did end up going long. Like somewhere like right here, right? Just a 1-to-1. I put my target or my stop loss like right below $400. I think I targeted a 1-to-2, but this time I entered not on micro, but I entered on like gold. So it was heavy. It was only one contract, right? So like, dang, bro. Truthfully, I'm snitching on myself. That kind of sounds like, but this wasn't my intent though. But it does kind of sound like, based off the facts of everything that I just said, it does kind of sound like emotional trading. But I swear it wasn't. That's the funny part. Is I wasn't like attempting a revenge trade here. Like the way that I explained it to you was literally like how I was thinking about it in real time. It's like, okay, I took this trade, it went against me, I closed it, and then I'm gonna like switch back to my original bias, which that's kind of a dangerous game. It's like a slippery slope because you can keep losing trades and then you're like, I'm just going to switch my bias, right? I'm just being smart here. I'm being logical. I'm just going to switch my bias. And you know what I mean? On the surface, that kind of sounds like emotional trading, but I swear to y'all, it was not. I really thought sometime soon, this is going to be a bounce here, right? Like I've already told you, it was support. But that is interesting to think about, actually. Checking myself. You know what I mean? That's fire right there, actually. I'm glad I even acknowledged that because that could sound like emotional trading. That's an interesting thing that just went on. But anyways, this trade did end up playing out. I made $2,000 on that trade. My stop loss was $400. And let's see. Yeah, you can see I entered at 44.30. So it went up like 15 pips. I don't even know if futures is called pips or it's ticks or points or whatever. I'm just gonna call it pips. Fuck it. But you can see I entered, like, my short was here. I lost 312. I wish I could, like, zoom. I guess I can't. Whatever. But you can see I entered only 15 pips higher and entered that long. And I made $2,000. And you can see I entered on GC, like gold. If you don't see an M in front of that, it's not micro, which meaning it's risking a lot. Like, if I were to move the stop loss or the take profit at least like 50 pips, it's gonna be like $1,000 or like $1,500 or $2,000. It's gonna be a lot for one contract. One contract on like micro is gonna be a lot less. But anyways, I don't even think I need to explain that to you. I'm pretty sure that y'all know. But why did I enter gold? I truthfully entered gold because, like, not micro, but I entered gold because I was just confident on that. Same thing for the trades that I took down here. I think this was on like the 26th or the 20. One of these days. I think it was the 27th. I think it was the 26th. Anyways, one of these days, I ended up entering gold here because I was just confident on that day. I was just confident on the position, and if it goes against me, I'll just close it early. And if I lose that trade, then I'm probably done for the day. I for some reason, I've matured. I'm a grown man now, trading futures. And I've matured as a trader that if I just take if I take 2 losses in a row after I close them manually, I'm calling it wraps for the day. I did that on this day, but because it was late, it went on into this day. So it says 7 trades. I really didn't trade 7 trades. Some of those were towards this day. But I did that on one of those days. I was like, I took a loss, and I'm kind of done for the night. Like, forget it. I'll come back later. But anyways, that was the trade. So it's an interesting thing, right? But I've done that many times in Forex, where I enter a trade. It quickly shows me that it's not going in the direction that I think. And then I end up closing that. And then I'm like, you know what? Yeah, like, this is what I thought was going to happen in the first place anyway. So I might as well I thought that this would be a good buy zone from the beginning. So I just went ahead and entered the buy like I originally thought. And I've said this before of, like, you should just trust what your original decision is, whatever your, like, original instinct is, whether to buy or sell. I don't know. I've learned that, like, man, from the beginning, I should have just stuck to my original decision. I would have been right. But because, like, little things like that happen, like, if I stayed in that sell, then I closed it manually because it was going against me, and then let's say I entered that buy, but then it started to consolidate and it stopped out that buy position, like, would I have gotten mad? Would I have been like, you know what, that pissed me off, I'm going to make my money back? Or would I have been like, okay, whatever, I took 2 losses in a row, I thought that this would be a break and retest, and that showed me that it wasn't, and then I bought and it stopped me out. Okay, I'm done then, right? Would I have done that? Who knows? I don't think I would have. Of course, I'm going to say that, but the way I've been handling these trades has been phenomenal, especially this next one. This next one was fire. This one was interesting. Okay, so we bounced from here, and then Price did a break and retest this time. Let me show you. So bounced here, and it came up, and I've already thought that this was support in the past. I've taken it. I think I took a trade like either here or here. I think it was right here. I took a trade. I bought here at this little support zone. Again, like, why do I think that this is support? It's just price came down, touched this, bounced up, left this big old wick right here, but it bounced barely, came down. It broke below, it broke above again, and then it tested and it bounced. But you can see, like, this is an ugly zone too. Like, you see all these little wicks here? Like, it's ugly. But, I mean, I thought that it would be a support zone, and, I mean, I was right. Bounced here, broke below, bounced here where we took this win at, and then it broke above, and I remember I was looking at this last night. So I got home from work, and it was on, like, this 3rd or 4th candle. It was, like, either this one or this one. And I was like, okay, I'm going to wait for it to get into, like, the middle of this zone. And I've said this before, like, how do you know where exactly it's going to bounce in the zone? You don't, bro. You don't. I don't. I'm just saying, like, this is good enough for me, and I'm gonna buy here if price gets to like this blue line here, but it was more like in the middle. So that's what happened. This one is super interesting because, so, we're buying at support. It was a nice little break and retest. This one was interesting because as soon as I entered, this sucker shot up. Like, I was like, wow, this is a great trade. Stop loss. So I entered this on micro. So I entered 2 lots. I'll show you here real quick. I love to show y'all literally every specific, bro. Nothing is getting slid under the rug. Nothing is going to be sus. So you can see here, I entered this at 6:02 p.m. yesterday. It went into today. So this $1,000 here, it's basically from last night. When market closes at 3:10, oh, it's already closed. It's 4 o'clock. Okay. Anyways, I entered 2 contracts right here at 455. Excuse me. I keep reading the exit price as the entry price. What is wrong with me? 4524.6. 4524.6. So 4524, right, like literally right here. It must have been on this candle. Just entered right there. So maybe it was actually like this candle right there. 4524.7. Whatever. It was one of those 2 candles. I'm pretty sure it was this one. But anyways, this one just shot straight up. You can see. But the thing is, this one's interesting because this is exact. So like I had my stop loss here, like right below the zone. And I had my target profit literally right here. I didn't move it. I kept it there specifically. But the stop loss is the only thing that I keep doing that. The stop loss is the only thing that I moved. So I'm risking $400. The TP, you can see that this is like a 1.8. This is before I added the position. So I was in 2 contracts, and I end up adding again later. I think I added like later down right here. But anyways, at my target profit was like 1,042. So my target profit, you can see this. Look, it was like an atom away from fulfilling. Order filled from hearing that. I was like really close from hearing that, and you can see how close it came. And I'm sitting here at my desk on my computer. I'm looking at it. I'm like, cool, like easy trade. I'm about to make me some food. I get up. I'm looking at the computer. I'm like, bro, easy trade. As I'm walking away, I just see it just start falling, and I'm like, oh, bro, it's so close to my target profit. It was like $980, and then it was so close to my target profit, and it just starts falling, and I'm like, oh no, like, is that the bounce that I was looking for? But like, is there no more fuel in the jet for it to take off anymore? Because that will happen. Like, there's been trades where I'll enter, it'll have a big move, but then it just like crashes and then breaks below the zone, and I'm thinking, is this going to be one of those where like that was the move, and since I didn't get my target profit hit, I missed the trade, and it's going to like stop me out. That has happened to me many, many times. So I'm thinking that, and I'm kind of like, okay, maybe it'll like go back up, and then I see it start doing this, and then I'm not going to lie, I felt a little unhopeful. I was like, ooh, that kind of sucks, man. Like, that would suck, I got a little like unhopeful. I was like, man, this trade would have been amazing had I just moved my target profit just a little bit lower. But how was I supposed to know that it was going to come that close? That price would come to exactly 455.4551.2, right? I couldn't know that. It's because I'm in the way. Y'all can't even see that. But you get it, right? Like, price came up here 4551.5. How am I supposed to know that? I can't. So it started going down, and it went back to break even, and I was like, damn, like this trade, this would have been a minute. I was just upset because like this could have been an amazing trade, and I mean it still was. You can see. So I was like, all right, well, if this stops out or if it comes down, like, the thing is, there's no reason to close this trade yet, though. Even though I'm feeling like this, and I'm like, I don't think it's gonna work out. Like, it might go back down and to break even, or like halfway at my stop loss, I might have to close this. But it wasn't. It was still in profit, and my whole idea is hold your winners and close the losing trades. That's it, right? So even though I caught this big old move and it's starting to go down, there's no reason for me to close this trade yet. I do not need to make a decision yet. Like, there's no reason. So I'm glad that I did. I'm very, very glad that I stuck to my guns and was like, nah, I'm just gonna let it play. There's no reason for me to close it. Because had I closed it here and been like, I'm saving myself, this would have been a losing trade, but I'm glad I closed it. I got a little bit of profit. Had I done that, I probably actually would have felt worse than just taking a half loss, to be honest. Because had I closed it and then went to bed and all right, well, I wiped my hands clean, I'm good. And I went to bed and woke up and I saw this, I probably would have been more hurt to see that. And that's what I did though, is I kept it open. It's just a bug flying around. I kept it open and I went to sleep because I think in the last video I said that I closed the trade early, and because I didn't want to keep it open overnight, I wanted to be able to close it manually and practice that muscle and get used to doing that, and I didn't feel comfortable, so I closed the trade early, and the next day it would have worked out had I just kept my stop loss or kept the trade open. So I did that today. I did that last night, really. I did that on this trade. I was like, I'm just going to keep it open. There's no point in closing it early. There's no decision that need to be made yet until it gets into the loss. And I just kept it open, and then overnight, I think it was 3 a.m., I was sleeping, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, bro, I have to check, bro. So I rolled over, picked my phone up, go to TopStepX.com on my phone, and then I see that it hit the target profit. I lay back down, and I'm like, oh, man, what a great feeling. So that is funny. But, yeah, so those are the two trades that I took. One of them gave me that $2,000 profit on gold. It was I thought of breaking retest, and it ended up not stopping me out, but it went against me. So I closed it, and I was like, you know what? I knew that this was going to be a buy anyway. It's a nice little fake out. I bought, shot up, hit my target profit very quickly, and then this one was really cool. So, but yeah, that sums it up. So I kind of feel bad for these 30-minute videos because I really just get to talking, but I think it's helpful because I love to talk about the specifics because I don't know, talk about it, bro. Talk about the trade, talk about what was going through your mind, what emotions were you feeling, what did you see, how did you come up with this zone, why did you do what you did, why did you close it early, why did you keep this open, why did this, I don't know. I love to hear that. I think that's helpful because other people might have those same thoughts or might not have those thoughts. And it's maybe I should start thinking about it like that. Or, I don't know. I just think it's cool to do. So, that basically wraps it up. So, all I need is one more day of $150. I just need a trade of the trade could be $151, and then I can get a payout. So, I have never gotten a TopStep payout before. It would be very, very cool to get a TopStep payout. I have looked forward to it for a while. I don't know. I've imagined this, getting back to this position. This is really cool to see. Oh, you can't even see, bro. My head is too big. But, I don't know. Because I can say I've worked my butt off to get to this, to see this. This is beautiful. And it's all, controlled. It's all thought out. It's all set up perfectly of just support resistance on the 4 hour. I can't even really say daily. But, I look at the daily. But it's been the 4 hour and the 1 hour. It's just all, I don't know. Somehow I'm able to do that. I don't know. I feel like the accounts I did before, I just got lucky. I wasn't even trading. I would stick to my strategy at first with my other two TopStep accounts, but I would say that I'm trading support resistance, but I would get so emotional. I would lose a trade and then I continue to lose a trade. First off, I was trading the 15-second. Why? I don't know. For me, I can't do that. The 4 hour and the 1 hour are more forgiving. The higher the time frame, the more forgiving it is. And it's 15-second. I would place trades on a 15-second, put it down for $150, and I just continue to lose $150 4 times in a row, and then I'd be pissed off. And I'm how can I make this money back? And I enter heavy, and then I would sometimes get lucky if price went in the way that I thought. I'd catch momentum. I'd see it making like a big old candle. I'm like, I'm gonna ride this wave. I'd get lucky doing that. But that's just so you're not gonna last very long doing that. I think right now the way I'm doing it, I will have more of a fighting chance. I don't know. I'm just having a lot of fun. Of course this is fun. Like making money is fun, but it's just cool to see like, man, how I was a year ago and what I'm doing now, and the way I'm able to like regulate my emotions compared to like how I would before. So it's just really cool. It's just really, really cool. That's really cool. So yeah, man. That basically wraps it up. I'm gonna make a couple more like I'm trying to post a lot more. I have work in like a couple hours, so I have to get ready for that. I'll probably try to knock out like a couple more shorts on like Instagram or something. But market's closed. It's Friday, so you can see it's 4:11 on Friday. So there's nothing I can do. I'm forced to wait. Sunday I might take a trade. Like maybe on gold. I don't see anything setting up on gold. I guess you could. I don't know. Somewhat of a resistance zone. Oh, y'all can't even see this. My bad. Here, I'm gonna move myself for a second just to show like what I might be looking for on Sunday. I just drew. Oh shoot. Sorry, y'all. I just drew this little zone here. I'm gonna move myself. I think right here is cool. Yeah. So I just drew this right here. I don't know. Maybe this might be. This might be a cool little zone, just because like came here, fallen, came up somewhere, fell, bounced here, came up in this like general area, right? It's just general area, not specific, but it's just a general area. I'm looking at like, okay, price had to move from here. It touched here, kind of came down, kind of like fiddled up, touched again, and then really fell, and then came up and left a huge wick. So like I might either be looking for another quick test and then like a sell here, or I might just be looking for like a break above this zone, a little test, and then a buy opportunity there, something like that. Maybe that's on gold. The NASDAQ though, bro, this thing has just been kind of ugly. I thought that would be a zone. Let's go to the 1 hour. I bought there. That was a good trade. This is kind of like not cute. I don't even know what I'm looking at, to be honest. I don't even know if I would call this a zone anymore. Yeah, the daily is just like, it's just nothing but big old, like, you can't even really get precise. So like the 4 hour, 1 hour, it's good enough. Actually, I don't even think I took this. I think I was waiting for that, but that didn't happen. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm looking at for gold. At least NASDAQ hasn't been doing a thing. So MGC, I'm just gonna go back to that. So, but anyways, yeah, that's probably what I'm looking at. Waiting for Sunday. Once Sunday comes, look for like a cool little trade. I'm not gonna shoot for the stars, but just a little something. So, anyways, thanks for watching. If you got to the end of this. Hopefully this was like cool to see. Hopefully, bro, fingers crossed, like I can make a video of like withdrawing my first $2,000 from TopStep, which would be really cool. I think what I'll do if that does happen, hopefully, pray to the gods above us. Hopefully I can. The max thing that you can withdraw is 2,000 on an XFA standard account. You can withdraw 2,000 every 5 days, and within those 5 days, you have to make $150. So I'll have to do pretty good for another 5 days and then make another withdrawal. So like realistically, if you can trade pretty good, like perfect almost, you can get 4 withdrawals within a month. Maybe actually like 5 or 6. 30 days in a month, every 5 days, depending on when you start your 5 days. Every 5 days, you can withdraw like 2K. So I think with like the 2K that I get, I might just start another account and copy trade with this main account that I just showed you guys. Copy trade with that one, and then grow 2 accounts and see what I can do. Treat it just like one account. Don't even think about like this is double the money, this is double the loss, right? But that's probably something I'll do. Start 2 accounts. So, anyways. Again, I appreciate you. I'm getting a little tired. I'm gonna eat something. But yeah, man. Thanks for watching, and I will catch y'all in the next one. See ya.